Let me cut across to Shiv, who's joining me on the phone line. Shiv, as far as arrangements for this particular event is concerned, it's an IAF event. What can you tell us as far as the communication from the IAF to the concerned bodies, be it the Chennai Police or the Greatest Chennai or the Greater Chennai Corporation is concerned? What was the communication and where exactly, through your sources, are you getting to know did things go out of hand?
Harshit, there's been no statement yet from the Indian Air Force. The only communications we're getting about this tragedy are, in fact, from the ground in the state. Now, remember, all ground coordination, management of crowds, preparations for the huge crowds, which had been planned in advance. In fact, the Indian Air Force chief at his press conference a couple of days ago had even said that, there was going to be an attempt to break a record with this huge crowd for a single air display. Which hasn't been attempted anywhere else in the world, which was something that was known in advance, apparently, even by the ground teams of the police and other authorities under the state government. But obviously, things have been mismanaged at some level. We are still getting, the inner details of where the mismanagement actually happened. But as per the reports that have been filed by our team in Chennai, by Pramod Madhav and others, it appears that the water vending vehicles, which were stationed at the Marina Beach in order to, serve water to the huge crowds of spectators, were actually moved away. We don't know if this is correct, but they were moved away, which basically meant that for the duration of the air show, between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., in the blazing Chennai heat, I'm from Chennai, I can tell you it is absolutely blazing hot at this point. You're talking about late morning, early afternoon, where the sun is at its peak. It is an unforgiving kind of, sun in Chennai at this point. So that's around the time when people were watching the air display, enjoying the air display, but obviously also thirsting for water. And that's one of the reasons why we're hearing now that over 250 people have been admitted to hospital with heat exhaustion and dehydration. At least 5 people have tragically lost their lives. Because of the lack of arrangement. Much of this crowd was actually stuck in the Marina Beach area even after the air display was over, because there was no way of getting out on time. There was a huge blockade on the road. Imagine lakhs of people in just one stretch of beach, Harshit. In fact, we're hearing from Pramod on the ground in Chennai that locals who live nearby, seeing the plight of the crowd, were actually trying to do their best to bring water from their own homes to help people who are collapsing outside their houses. So this was most definitely a mismanaged affair. Frankly, if you ask me personally, I think it was a bad idea to even attempt any kind of a crowd record. Especially in a city like Chennai, which doesn't have the kind of weather that is conducive to huge crowds. It can get extremely congested. It is terribly humid. The sun and the heat there is unforgiving. It's on the coast, right on the Marina Beach itself. So this was a bad idea from the start. But of course, this was planned at a higher level, and something very, very wrong has taken place on the ground, and accountability will need to be fixed.
Accountability will have to indeed be fixed. Thanks, Shiv, for joining me right now.